My wife and I
Welcome to
have been
Love
together
Byte.
for over 10 years, and I've caught her messaging strange men on the internet more times than I can count. Sometimes, I'd walk into a room from behind her and see the sexual things she was sending through secret accounts on apps, etc. 2 times I got her absolutely red-handed to the point where she admitted it but said it was all people who lived hundreds of miles away and it was just messages, but then promptly blamed me for supposedly being distant. Bear in mind this happened twice. Over the years, I walked in on her masturbating with a video call, and she gaslighted me about what was happening to this very day. I've caught her taking intimate photos and videos multiple times. I have never received a single one in our decade together. One time, on the way to my grandfather's funeral, her phone was connected to my car's Bluetooth, and I just answered a ring when a call came through. It was from a man who seemed very confused to be hearing a guy's voice on the phone. My wife panicked and ended the call so fast. I was stupid. I decided that I loved her too much to call it quits. I decided to give it another chance. It took over 5 years to rebuild that trust. Cut to 3 months ago, when my wife's phone wasn't working and she handed it to me to fix it. This is when a picture of a guy and his dick comes through her notifications. Then I open it to see that it's coming with an invitation to stay overnight at his house, and he stays in the next town over. My wife lied through her teeth and said he sent that unsolicited, and she didn't know where he lived or that it was all a coincidence. I don't know why I didn't ask for a divorce then and there. I honestly don't. Last week, my work was pretty quiet. I work from home. So I decided to watch some movies in between the lack of work. I don't have a TV in my office, so I used my wife's tablet. Then some sort of flirty message started coming through, but nothing I could say was specifically flirting. All the messages had a woman by her work name. Let's just say it's Melanie. Then, thanks to the wonders of iCloud continuity, her iPad starts ringing with this person's name, meaning someone is calling her phone, but I know that this person is in the office with my wife today, and there's no reason to be calling personal mobiles either. My wife has shown me messages from Melanie before, and that's written as work Melanie Andrews, not Melanie Andrews. So I open the Messages app on her iPad, and I can see texts going back talking about meeting this person's kids and that they're in bed wishing my wife was there. She's made a contact for someone else and put Melanie's name on it. Cut to yesterday, my wife is texting away for hours, closes the app whenever I'm near, and suddenly announces out of the blue that her friend Sarah needs her to pick her up from 3 towns over from a repair shop and drive her home, and they'll probably just go out to lunch too, so she'll be gone a while. I didn't buy it one bit. Sarah, who has a husband with his own car and needs my wife to do this, dropped this news the night before. I'm expected to buy that? So when my wife went to sleep, I checked her iPad again. She hasn't messaged Sarah in 3 months. There have been no calls to Sarah. All of Sarah's messages are still there. But you know whose messages have been deleted? Melanie's. Today, I asked my wife about when she was going out and why Sarah had dropped this on her at the last minute. My wife said Shara hadn't gotten back to her in a while, which she absolutely confirmed to me she had yesterday. My wife ended up leaving the house at 10 a.m., claiming she was going to the doctor and then calling Sarah to meet up and head over, despite telling me not 5 minutes prior that they didn't have a time, and yesterday it was lunch. She left, so I checked the iPad again. Messages are all gone again, but, oh look, she's on the phone, and it's not to Sarah. It's to Melanie. But the call ends quickly. It seems whoever she's calling isn't picking up. 3 times my wife tries. Again, there have been no calls or texts to Sarah in months. 20 minutes later, my wife is home and says I'm acting weird. Then she says Sarah is calling her, and she runs off upstairs and closes the door, which would be weird. So I went up after her and asked if everything was okay. She shut the door in my face. Once the call was done, she came down and told me I was acting weird. I questioned the total randomness of what happened over the last day with the changing plans, etc. She said that sometimes she just wants to be able to leave the house and not tell me where she's going because she needs that she feels trapped, etc., and that she was just going to cancel on Sarah because I am stopping her from having a life. My wife basically gaslit the hell out of me to make me the problem. For the record, I have never had an issue with her going out or spending time with any of her friends. She doesn't go out more, and I worried about her being alone so often. Apparently, she's found a way to cure that loneliness. I don't know what to do. I mean, I know I can't stay with her after this, But I don't think I have the courage to admit it or to confront her because the only way to do it is to admit that I didn't trust her enough and snooped. I feel betrayed and heartbroken. What do I do?